town meeting, a centuries-old tradition.
I do solemnly swear that I'll faithfully and impartially perform the duties incumbent upon me as a town meeting member.
In Arlington, making history itself, voting to convert the role of treasurer from elected to appointed. New Treasurer Dean Carmen ran unopposed for the office. With support of the Board of Selectmen and town manager, he is behind the push to take the position into what they call the modern era.
I think what we're saying is we want an appointment process whereby we have a professional treasurer collector that's hired through a professional recruitment process.
Something longtime elected former treasurer John Billafor is in favor of, according to his daughter.
He also stressed that when he was a young man starting out in town as an attorney, he was very interested in municipal government and excited by the idea of such a position. But he really feels and sees that things have changed, and it seems less and less likely that Arlington residents will be available or willing to leave their current well-established jobs to run for an office.
The most recent previous town treasurer, Stephen Gilligan, however, sees it as a loss of a position answerable to the people.
The treasurer is the banker of the town. The treasurer has no responsibility or authority for spending money, but in protecting and being the custodian of the town's funds. And yet you are being asked to take the right of the voters away.
Although town meeting approved the action, final say lies with a future town-wide referendum.
Next on the list.
Session 4 began with a performance by the Arlington High School Madrigal Singers, showcasing one of the benefits of the town's largest budget, that of the schools.
Support for students for social emotional growth, additional teachers at all levels.
School Superintendent Kathleen Bodie asking for $66 million, an increase of $3.5 million over last year. $1 million of it needed for resources to deal with increased enrollment. In addition to approving that budget, town meeting members were asked to appropriate previously approved funds to reopen the Gibbs School for 6th graders and $3 million for a 6-room classroom expansion at Hardy Elementary School.
They've done everything they can to squeeze every inch of space out of that cafeteria, and I don't think they could fit one more chair in there at this point.
One person in favor, wanting better control of the growth that is fueling the school's increased numbers.
There's nothing you can do about it, as long as we don't smarten up in this body and start making the recommendations that need to be done.
The funding of school projects easily passing. When it came time to talk about the town's $150 million operating budget in Session 5, there were those who took a more sunny outlook at the Financial Committee's prediction of needing a tax override by 2020.
Which needs to be taken, I believe, with a grain of salt. Because I think that we do a lot better in this town than we give ourselves credit for.
And once you start getting into that deficit model, and this whole budget is growing at a certain level, and the revenues are not, it just starts eating through that money very, very quickly. You see what the state budget is going in now with a significant deficit. If that starts cutting in our local aid, that's really, and that's not in here. Let's emphasize that's enough. That's not in here.
The final act of town meeting, resolving to become a sanctuary town, and a non-binding resolution promising that undocumented immigrants can fully and safely participate in the civic and economic life of the town, unless doing something else illegal. Town meeting allowing one speaker for and one against.
Unchecked illegal immigration is an economic issue that costs taxpayers money to support public safety and health initiatives, and dramatically increases costs to Arlington schools. Your freely taken oath does not afford you the luxury to vote in a manner that feels good.
It is an affirmation by this body of principles of fairness to be extended to all our residents. When our voices join as one in the final crescendo, saluting the land of the free and the home of the brave, we publicly remind ourselves and our constituents why we are here and what draws us together.
Brenda Mahoney, Arlington Public News.